Mark joins us in studio to dive into the issue of school choice a little more. Mark, thank you so much for that robust and interesting discussion of school choice. Why don't more people know about school choice?
Well, that's a great question. And Robert Enlow with EdChoice there in the package said a lot of it has to do with messaging. When you think about it, for years this has been about picking a school, a physical school building. But in recent years, what has changed is parents are coming around to the idea that they have the choice what's best for their child's education. That might not always be a physical school building. You think about homeschool, virtual learning, hybrid models, a lot of that stuff that also came out of COVID. And when parents see that school choice has to do with choosing education for their children in all the different forms, they get more behind the idea and are more likely to look into those programs that they have.
So you just mentioned kind of the elephant in the room, which is COVID. How has COVID really been the thing that was driving the visibility for school choice?
Right, absolutely. Well, remember, public schools shut down. Where did public school students go? A lot of them went to Catholic schools. Those doors remained open. And so what happened is that initial transfer of students, they found that they liked Catholic schools, and then they stayed into the next year, bringing more visibility to Catholic schools. But I spoke with Mary Pat Donahue. She's the head of the education department for the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. Listen to what she said.
Okay.
We did have a terrible decline the first year of COVID, and then we saw something of a bounce back. So our enrollment actually increased 4% in the second COVID year. And we really think that that's attributable to the fact that the essence of Catholic education was made known to some people who otherwise wouldn't have looked at us. For example, we affirm that education is essential. Remember, during COVID, everything was, is it essential or not? Absolutely, it's essential.
Education is more than essential, right?
Absolutely. And you know, a lot of parents are starting to like this idea of education savings accounts. So if you want to talk about states and which ones to look for, we can get into that issue.
Absolutely.
In Arizona, right now, a law just passed this summer that is set to go into effect in September regarding education savings account. Very expansive package, but those opposed to this issue are trying to get enough signatures, around 120,000 signatures. If they can do that, the law will not go to effect. Instead, it will go on the ballot in 2024, and voters in Arizona will have to decide. So that's one place to pay attention.
And educational savings accounts, just for everyone who's watching, ESVs are money that follows the student. So it's a tax-free format that allows you to save money over time and then invest it in your child's school of your choice.
It could be a number of different options for parents in terms of education. Another place to look at, West Virginia, they passed another education savings account package. It's now being challenged in court, could go to the state Supreme Court, so pay attention to West Virginia to see what happens there as well.
Making state Supreme Courts even more important. Thank you so much, Mark.
Absolutely.